Hello and welcome back, or welcome to the Microsoft 365 Business Premium Sales Fundamentals afternoon session. So for this afternoon session, we'll be taking you through how to build a Teams and business voice practice, licensing, objection handling, and selling the value of Microsoft 365 Business Premium, and also a few scenarios looking to make it real. So kicking off, building a Teams and business voice practice. As we all know, in the last couple of months, the way of working has changed dramatically, from the largest of enterprises all the way to the smallest of businesses. As employees have moved to remote work, companies have started to experience a set of new challenges in managing their business. Here's what we've heard in recent conversations with SMB customers. Disjointed collaboration and file sharing was number one, so employees are finding it hard to find information that lives in multiple locations and across many apps. They have difficulty accessing and sharing files remotely, which leads to version control issues. Second point is around the current online meeting experience. Though useful, still have some gaps, starting with security and privacy issues. And also there's a lack of context pre, during, and even post-meeting. Thirdly, around collaboration with external parties, including partners, vendors, maybe customers. For SMBs, this is even more relevant. The needs for collaboration include not only internal, but also outside their organization, with clients, partners, suppliers. It's difficult to involve outside contributors, leading to back and forth emails and loss of productivity. And finally, security and manageability. 4 times as many devices per user now, so mobile phones, tablets, laptops, desktops. With security, the peace of mind knowing their information and systems are protected from external threats, and through simplicity, solutions that are easy to deploy without IT and simply work together. The use of third-party consumer applications, so for example WhatsApp, concerns on the security of the data and compliance. The value proposition for Microsoft Teams and SMB is anchored in 4 core pillars. 1 integrated solution for real-time teamwork, including chat, calls, and content collaboration and the Office apps. Secure audio, video, and web meetings. The ability to easily collaborate with external parties with a rich experience that includes chat, meetings, calls, and file sharing. And because Microsoft Teams is part of Office 365, it comes with the enterprise-grade security, compliance, and manageability that our customers expect. So if a partner were to capture the entire teamwork attached potential, it will total nearly $45 per month. With the current trajectory, this might not be too far off. The current attach for teamwork services is $11.45 a month, which represents a 21% change year over year for the last 3 years, which is massively impressive. What that means is that there is still 2/3 of the potential that is not yet being captured for an additional $33 per month opportunity. We've found that teamwork services allow partners to become stickier and set themselves apart from others who don't offer such services. Within teamwork, there are certain types of attach are stickier than others. Advisory and adoption services shine the brightest, while managed services also provides a boost, but partners have rather varied results. Taking a look at the different opportunities, we can see that there are several ways in which a partner can begin to monetize their services. And with the market growth opportunity, the highest in managed services, this is really time to start thinking as to what you can bring to the table that your customers want. We're seeing an increasing number of MSPs moving into the SOC as a service, which makes them stickier to their customers as they can plan out strategic maneuvers with their customers. On top of this functionality, Teams represents an integrated solution that includes most productivity solutions customers need in one single package. Customers get all of this functionality in Microsoft 365 Business Basic for only $5 per user per month. representing significant cost savings when compared to individual point solutions, without the increased level of fragmentation of complexity to manage multiple applications. For IT, it streamlines IT setup and management and simplifies technology investments. And for end users, they have access to all of their content in one single place. There's no need to toggle backwards and forwards between apps, making it easier to find what they're looking for, increasing productivity and saving time. Networking. Teams is the fastest growing business app in Microsoft history and has reached almost 9 million monthly SMB users as of last month. Companies are embracing Teams, and in the month of April 2020, Teams usage reached 75 million daily users, including more than 200 million Microsoft Teams meeting participants in a single day, generating more than 4.1 billion meeting minutes. Managed services help SMB partners stay engaged with customers, and many customers will not want to manage their Teams environment. According to one partner, quoted in the July 2019 Forrester TEI survey on teamwork, during deployment they ask, "Can you just operate the whole thing for me?" Now, managed services opportunities have grown for partners in both the SMB and enterprise spaces. This can include anything from basic user support to outsourced IT management of teamwork solutions to white glove meeting room management services. This is becoming more important as many partners deliver value as services and attempt to create longer lasting, more strategic relationships with customers. Managed services can provide better margins than project-based work once scale is achieved. It also delivers predictable recurring revenues, which make it easier to invest in the business. When partners sell teamwork, they are increasingly attaching adoption and change management services, according to a July 29 Forrester TEI survey on teamwork. This is because deploying the technology is no guarantee of adoption. When people first need to change the way they work, adding people-orientated services can help customers use technology to work better. Adoption and change management services are typically a combination of customer self-directed activities and partner services, both one-time and ongoing. Adoption change management is an important factor into teamwork programs from the very beginning, and partners often begin by understanding how users are currently working in the company culture. A person-based approach makes ACM, adoption and change management planning and success easier. For SMBs, change management typically involves user training and other related business consulting opportunities. These include some selling, some training days, and providing a training portal where users could learn more about how to use the teamwork solutions. For larger companies, ACM activities are very heavily initially and often include ongoing services to monitor usage and change how solutions are configured. Managed services of many different kinds are put into place as solutions go live to ensure that users and IT organizations are properly supported and the teamwork solutions deliver the promised value. An important aspect for experience is having everything that the user needs in one place. This is where partners can add a lot of value and make a lot of money. Everyone having the same experience is what customers want. One partner said in a July 2019 Forrester TEI survey on teamwork, "It's easy to create a meeting in Teams, but what is the experience? Agendas are not attached, notes are not attached, true collaboration is not taking place." Partners who say Teams provides the meetings are missing the point. Teams gives you video chat. Online meetings are about being able to communicate and collaborate with all the information and not losing it afterwards. There's a lot of money to be made there. Given the breadth of solutions involved with online meetings, Forrester survey finds stated that partners now need to have the expertise in many more areas, and these include networking technologies like routers and firewalls. According to a Forrester survey, some SMB partners lack this breadth of skills, and indirect partners like distributors are stepping up to augment partners' technology capabilities in both sales and delivery. From July 2019 Forrester TEI survey on teamwork, business solutions are especially important in the meeting and calling space. A good meeting room experience requires scheduling solutions, usage and trouble monitoring solutions, meeting room design, and custom development to create seamless experiences when moving from the meeting room to Teams on a mobile phone. For calling, one partner said, "We have built a lot of IP on top of various vendor solutions in the Microsoft ecosystem. And 20% of our revenues are non-recurring due to the initial custom development, and 80% is recurring revenue from ongoing usage fees. We provide the most basic level of help desk support, things like password reset from $2 to $4 per month, depending on the help desk hours, and margins are on a high with this." Other partners said, "Our premium teamwork outsourcing includes tier 1 through 3 support, usage monitoring and recommendations, and solutions upgrades. We sell that for $45 per month." And finally, last partner said, "We often sell managed services as part of a meeting room rollout. We manage the hardware and monitor room utilization and system performance. This is done as per room pricing, depending on the size and nature of the room, and margins are in a 40 to 50% range. If something breaks, we charge additional fees to fix it." Being able to create and be agile with your team's custom solutions allows you to move to wherever your customer needs and when the customer needs it. Being able to understand the different types of customer allows you to integrate, modernize, and automate your solutions across a wider range of opportunities. These are from 2019 July Forrester TEI survey on teamwork. We are creating a lot of reusable vertical solutions, and our biggest industries are healthcare, manufacturing, and finance. We have created some bots that we have integrated into Teams, and we plan to do much more of this in the future. And finally, we have created components that plug into Teams. They include better ways to schedule, invite people to meetings, and storing and retrieving notes. Users can select templates that pull everything into one place. Here is just one example of a Teams custom solution, where the customer who worked as a florist required a modern approach to their new business idea. They had a bot created using low code and integrated into Teams to monitor inventory levels of stocks throughout their business, or when orders came in and went out. They also had an app created for them, which was integrated into their Teams, which allowed them to work from a single pane of glass, but allowing to fit into their needs and ticking all boxes for their solution. The SMB landscape and Microsoft are focusing on solutions that enable. This is an opportunity to reframe your business and add people-orientated services that help customers use technology to work better. As one partner stated in the July 29 Forrester TEI survey on teamwork projects are less focused on technology and more on the user and their experience. It's all about how they can best collaborate, and this also includes the governance, connectivity, and overall system performance. Managed services is the area where the partner sees the greatest opportunity and are making the largest investments. Managed services provides partners with recurring, predictable revenue, which makes longer-term planning and investing possible. Partners also feel that the managed services margins are or will be higher than those at projected consulting engagements. Most of these partners are experiencing sizable upticks in the number of leads and opportunities they're receiving from the SMB space as a result of their Microsoft solutions and go-to-market programs. So first element would win, stage 1. So this includes licenses and associated development and deployment and project services, bringing in the standard margins. The first step for many customers not already using Outlook clients is to enable it. Office deployment sets the stage for a successful teamwork program because of the upfront visioning and planning activities, according to a July 2019 Forrester TEI survey on teamwork. The second element of growth by attaching services. Pull-through project offerings vary significantly across partners, but generally fall into three categories: security and compliance, business intelligence and analytics, and change management and adoption. Engagement ranges from $5,000 to $20,000 and sees attach rates of between 20 to 35% of licensed deals. Partners can build margin on these projects. Number three, the partners deepen in relationships when they differentiate with managed service and IT services, given the need for simplicity and pricing transparency within the SMB space. Partners are rapidly creating robust portfolios of managed services tiers to meet the diverse needs of SMB customers. SMB partners report that SMB customers are very receptive to outsourcing IT support, solution updates, training, and security monitoring, management, and remediation to a trusted third-party partner, particularly since many have limited or no IT staff within their own organizations. These services build the bottom line and deepen relationships. Given the breadth of solutions involved with online meetings, partners now need to have expertise in more areas, and these include networking technologies like routers and firewalls. According to a July 2019 Forrester TEI survey on teamwork, some SMB partners lack this breadth of skills, and indirect partners like distributors are stepping up to augment partners' technology capabilities in both sales and delivery. Microsoft's most advanced partners are building out resaleable and proprietary software solutions aimed at common vertical or horizontal business challenges identified across their customer bases. Partners resell these proprietary offerings to their SMB clientele with some horizontal solutions, such as packaged SharePoint intranet solutions, achieving attached rates as high as 50 to 60%. So to highlight the keys to partner success, look to create that strong go-to-market motion with Microsoft. And you can do this by utilizing the tools available to yourselves as a Microsoft partner. Treat Teams as its own individual platform, not just a feature within a license. Focus on the usage, and if those aren't using it, look at training, which leads on to increased employee training, and then building out security ops and DevOps capabilities. It's important to target high propensity customers first to gain momentum, focusing on medium-sized SMBs in professional services. Value Prop is a fully integrated teamwork solution with enterprise-grade security. The central hub for teamwork offers SMBs flexibility and choice in how they connect, share, and communicate. Winning the pitch through associating your pitch with compelling events at the top of mind for the customer. So looking at scenarios, support needs of a multi-generational workforce, support collaboration needs of a remote or mobile workforce, streamlining multiple teamwork solutions that don't talk to each other, and also reducing inbox clutter. And with the approach, if not already in place, sell the value of business class email. This offers them an inexpensive, low risk, and high value cloud experience. SMB customers can learn the new solution quickly and easily. You could also add value by best-in-class collaboration tools, offering a 6-month trial if needed. Extend customer conversations to include the added benefits of your related apps and services, including how you and the SMB can work together to change behavior. Build and present an example offer using the offer build tool. You could engage the right team, including the top executives who can identify key scenarios for change. Conduct an assessment to understand needs and build awareness within the company with the help of internal champions. And perform cost justification. The cost for Microsoft 365 Business Basic is often less than a standalone cost of third-party products they replace. And lastly, discuss managed services and IT-based services based on SMB. Emphasize regular reporting that will help justify business value.
We're going to spend the last part of the presentation talking about the partner's opportunity for business growth and how to build practice and all the resources that are available to you. Small and medium businesses have challenges with their current telephony solutions. One large set of businesses remain with an on-premise solution where their phones are tied to the office or forwarding to mobile phones. Another set of businesses are on cloud telephony, however their communications aren't truly unified or integrated, and business apps, multiple applications are in use and multiple providers are to be managed. And there's 4 key elements that can make cloud telephony a great fit for businesses that want to tap into the power of intelligent productivity. And given the events of this year with a large portion of us working from home or remotely, this means we having access to business phones on the run, which is obviously important. Traditional desk phones limit where and how a worker can do their work, limiting their potential impact. And today there's an app for everything, and workers love being able to leverage technology in order to aspects of their work. But there's also heard that the time and effort it takes to learn them all and juggle them whilst working can be overwhelming. Today's cloud solutions, like the one we are just covering now, allows us to bring it all into one space to manage, learn, and to master. Traditional PBX systems require upkeep and maintenance, which can have a huge impact on cash flow when something unexpected happens. And cloud-based phone systems allow for the provider to carry the burden, meaning that you no longer have to plan or budget for PBX infrastructure. And lastly, IT should be saved from the task of having the greatest impact on the business. Cloud telephony solutions like Microsoft allows your IT manager to only worry about the managing and paying of one provider for the business phone system and productivity versus dealing with the multiple vendors and more time for tasks that matter. And staying connected in real time is essential, whether that is working remotely or in a hybrid environment. Teams brings it all together with instant messaging, online meetings, file sharing, co-authoring, task and project management, along with the telephony. So one of the questions we most frequently get from partners about business voice is, how do I get started on building a practice? And the short answer is it's easier than you think. And regardless whether you're a small MSP selling Microsoft 365 or a well-established service provider enabling direct routing servicing, adding business voice to your portfolio of products and services is within your grasp. We've invested heavily in the past in refining our guidance around how to build a successful practice, and we've created a large inventory of assets for partners to leverage. And we're going to go over 3 simple steps to build a successful business voice practice: define strategy, develop capabilities, and optimization. Each step aligns to a series of partner assets you can leverage to build your practice, and links which are embedded into the following slides. And I encourage you to download the deck after the presentation and take the first step in getting started with the business voice journey. Your first step is to start building your teams and business voice strategy. In this first stage, you will be set the foundations of your team's voice practice by defining the marketing opportunity, creating your offers and engaging stakeholders from your organisation that will bring in the new practice to life. You'll begin by conducting an analysis of the market landscape, and our market landscape overview and total economic impact studies provide a great starting point. But we encourage you to go a step further and identify the trends and insights within your customer base and in your local market. And next, you'll need to define your product vision for business voice practice and build your offer. And will you be building your offers around business voice with Microsoft 365 calling plans, or will you be enabling business voice through direct routing solutions? And the answer will depend on the depth of the voice capabilities, your geography, or your customers' needs, and your willingness to partner with service providers to enable direct routing. And the Business Voice product page will be a good starting point for this exercise. You can round out your offer by providing calling and meeting services on top of selling Business Voice. And value-add services are a great way to add and reoccurring revenue streams to your voice practice. Our calling and meeting splitbook provide a comprehensive overview of Teams voice and service opportunities and is an excellent resource as you start building out your practice. And lastly, you'll want to identify the key stakeholders in your organisation you need to enlist to build, support, champion the new practice. We have stakeholder guides for you for reference and as for you to begin defining the roles and responsibilities around your new voice capabilities. The next step is enabling your business voice practice to build a set of skills and capabilities in your organisation that enables you to sell, deploy and support business voice as well as the differentiating yourself in the market. First, you need to assess your organisation's current skill and resource to identify your readiness gap. Teamwork skill assessment is a great tool for conducting this analysis. And the skill assessment helps you define the baseline skills and capabilities required for Teams calling practice, inventory the skills that you have today, and plan for readiness approach for sales and technical roles. And next, you'll need to deploy your readiness plan to train your sales and technical team on how to sell, deploy, and support business voice. And the Business Voice Sales and Technical Fundamentals are a comprehensive readiness curriculum that provides the opportunity for interactive learning and hands-on labs. And the fundamentals are available to download. There will also be an opportunity for this year for partners to attend virtual-led sessions by Microsoft Technical Architects. And lastly, once you've changed your organisation and are ready to go to market, Microsoft certification and competencies are a great way to highlight your capabilities and differentiate your business with your customers. As you build your offer and capabilities, the Microsoft 365 Business Voice Resource Hub is one of your one-stop destinations to find supporting documentation for business voice. The Resource Hub provides you with information about products, deployments, and configuration guides and supporting documents. And it's also a good go-to destination for support from Microsoft. Now that you've defined your strategy, built your offers, and trained your organisation, you're ready to optimise your business voice practice. First, you'll need to build your go-to-market plans, defining how you will target your customers, build your sales pipeline, lead customer conversation, and driving adoption to business voice. Microsoft has a series of customizable, ready-to-launch sales and marketing and adoption assets. And once you begin engaging customers, we encourage you to leverage the business voice workshops in your customer planning conversations. And we'll go into a little bit detail about the workshops in a moment. And lastly, we know the most effective way of landing business voice is allowing customers to experience it for themselves. We have a business voice trial, which is up for 30 days. I do need to mention that it isn't currently available on CSP, but it is on the roadmap for early FY22. But in the meantime, you can help your customers to sign up to the direct trial. So as I spoke about on the previous slide, I'm excited to introduce the launch of the brand new Business Voice Workshop. And the Business Voice Workshop is a partner-led engagement to guide customers through the process of turning to Microsoft Teams into a powerful and flexible phone system. The workshop exists as a dynamic interactive tool which partners and customers assess their customers' IT environments, identify voice capability needs, and create a customized action plan to deploy and adopt business voice. And in addition to being able for pre-sale customer engagement tools, the output of the Business Voice workshop provides step-by-step guidance to partners on business voice deployment and configuration. And as you take your new business voice offers to the market, the workshop can help you strengthen your customers' selling, planning, and deployment capabilities. And as you can see on the bottom left-hand corner, if you go to aka.ms/business voice workshop, this is where you can find it. And getting started on your business voice journey today by downloading the presentation so you have the access to the great guidance and resource we've reviewed. You can take the next step on setting your customers' Microsoft 365 and Teams foundations by leveraging the commercial consulting tools to assess customer scenarios and identifying the right technology for your customer teamwork needs. Also, be sure to leverage our resourcing customer adoption hub to drive Teams adoption and prime your customers for business voice. And be sure to visit our Business Voice products and partner page to learn more about the products and take the first steps on developing your voice practice. And if you've already had business voice practice and the customer is ready to move to a Teams-based phone system, engage them in a workshop or sign them up for a free trial. Adding value-added services around Teams and business voice has the potential to further increase your profitability and differentiate you in the market. And as you move up the value chain of services around Teams adoption, meeting solutions and calling services, your practice will become more profitable. However, meetings and calling services also demand your organization to obtain specialized capabilities and skill sets, so there's a need for additional investment. And when partners sell teamwork, they are increasingly attaching adoption and change management services. And this is because deploying the technology is no guarantee of adoption, and adding people-orientating services can help customers use the technology to work better. Attach rates on adoption services range from 20 to 80%. And the benefit of adoption services go beyond the service fee, as active Teams usage has the potential to unlock higher value workflows like calling and meetings, allowing partners to be able to use the Teams usage incentives. Partners are seeing significant growth in the meetings and calling service space, where they are offering a variety of different solutions. Meeting room solutions, device sales, managed services, and support are some of the offerings you can deliver in the meeting solutions area. In the calling space, telephony plans, network assessment, and remediation, managed calling solutions and end-user support can add value and revenue to your business voice solution. And if you are currently considering yourself a generalist in the Microsoft 365 partner, and do not consider yourself locked out of the calling and meeting services opportunities, you have the option to team up with a specialized partner or telco to provide additional services beyond the current areas of expertise, and in form of an attached third-party service or a white label solution. So as I mentioned earlier, there is a plethora of documents and collateral that Microsoft can help you with. And here is an example of a piece of collateral that Microsoft can support partners like yourself. These are white labels, so you are able to brand these up with your company's logos. So not only do we have the white label collateral that you can send out to your customers, we also got the teamwork workshops. So we have a workshop for productivity, one for remote working, and one for business voice. And these can be found at aka.ms and then /. So it'd be productivity workshop or / remote work workshop or business voice workshop. So that's aka.ms / followed by the workshop that you require.
So now going to begin Module 5, which is going to take us through the licensing. Microsoft 365 Business is our hero offering for SMBs. This part of the presentation will discuss where Microsoft 365 Business fits in relation to the other offerings in Office 365 and Microsoft 365 family of products. Specific comparisons that are included in this presentation include Microsoft 365 Business, which is a superset of Office 365 Business Premium. It includes everything in Business Premium, plus adds in the advanced security and device management capabilities. Neither Microsoft 365 Business nor Office 365 E3 is a superset of the other. They are different offers that provide some advanced security capabilities, but Microsoft 365 is generally a better choice for the majority of SMB customers. This presentation will discuss many of the similarities and differences, as well as list the top 5 scenarios in which an SMB would be better served by E3. So here we see the comparison of Microsoft 365 Business Standard and Microsoft 365 Business Premium. What you might recognize is the fantastic value that's provided for only an extra $7.50 per user per month with a whole host of security features Microsoft 365 Business Premium delivers. And then for the same price, Microsoft 365 Business Premium versus E3 offers considerable more value. So anyone who's looking to purchase Office 365 E3 should really consider Microsoft 365 Business Premium unless the customer requires on-prem CAL rights. On this slide, just positioning the 3 SKUs side by side, just to really put into context again as to how Microsoft 365 Business Premium really does position itself against other SKUs. And finally, a detailed view of functionality across the 4 main plans of Microsoft 365 Business Standard and Business Premium, and also Microsoft 365 E3 and E5. From a price point perspective, Microsoft 365 Business Premium best value for an SMB customer. And on top of all of the value that we've previously just seen with Microsoft 365 Business Premium, we see many MSPs now looking towards Microsoft 365 Business Voice as a potential add-on license with the already known SKU of Business Premium. With Business Voice, there are 2 options, with the calling plan and without the calling plan. And looking at those add-on SKUs for additional pricing, with the calling plan at only $20 per SKU, and without the calling plan, $12 per SKU. So really able to ramp up and add those plans onto each other.
So some of the voice services you get with Teams is the audio and conferencing, and this is where you can use toll dialing numbers to join meetings from any device. So as you can see on this right-hand side, somebody wants to join a meeting and they maybe not have Teams or may not be in an area to use Teams, then they can dial in using the dial-in number and the conference approach. This is what we're normally used to seeing. And also you've got the phone system. So these essentially manage users, the communication, email, content from Microsoft 365. And it eliminates that separate PBX phone system and it transitions into the cloud. And then we have the calling plans. So we will come on to the calling plans in a moment. And it's a way to subscribe to plans from Microsoft 365 and use existing telephone numbers if you want to chunk your number over, or you can get a new number. But within Teams, as you can see on this bottom left-hand side of the blue bar, you have a phone number where your phone is, and within there you have a keypad just like a normal phone. Licensing solutions for shared communication devices. So this is where we'd look at meeting rooms and common area phones. And you can transform meeting spaces ranging from small huddle areas to large conferencing rooms with rich collaborative Teams experiences that are simple to use, deploy and manage. And starting a meeting with a one-touch join, then instantly project to displays in the room and share to remote participants. And selecting the right system and video peripherals, which Ingram Micro can assist you with. You have the ability to license a space such as the meeting room or the common area phone, sorry. And you can license these rooms or area as opposed to licensing the person within it. So you wouldn't need a Microsoft 365 license, then the business license on top. You can just buy the license for either that meeting room or that common area phone, which you would find in places like universities or council offices or even on security doors, which would take you through to a number or direct you to a specific number.
We're now going to talk about objection and handling and selling value for Microsoft 365 Business Premium. So earlier this year, Microsoft made a couple of changes to their names of SKUs for Office 365 in the SMB space. These name changes were effective as of the April 21st, 2020. Office 365 Business Essentials became Microsoft 365 Business Basic. Office 365 Business Premium became Microsoft 365 Business Standard. And Microsoft 365 Business became Microsoft 365 Business Premium. So comparing the three SKUs of Microsoft 365 Business Basic, Business Standard, and Business Premium really just puts into context the value that you'd get with Microsoft 365 Business Premium is the ideal SKU for choice. And just to note, not all features that are actually within Business Premium are currently shown on this slide either, because icons aren't available.
Why buy Microsoft 365 Business Premium if I just need Office? So for some customers, the difference between the Office apps and Microsoft 365 Business Premium are a point of confusion. And many people incorrectly assume that the Office apps and services are simply a version of Office accessed by web browser. And as you know, this isn't true. The Microsoft 365 Business Premium is also being dubbed a rename or rebrand of Office, which is also not true. Not knowing what comes with Office apps and services is the main reason why customers even pause at considering Microsoft cloud solutions. And the good news is that we can easily turn this into an opportunity to educate the customer on the full value of Office and the broader cloud offerings like Microsoft 365. And take your time to educate your customers on the difference between the offerings, and it'll be well worth the conversation. As an example, the Microsoft 365 Business Premium can help you consolidate some of the points of solutions across productivity and security. And this can save you £15 per user per month. Additionally, these solutions would not be integrated, and they would be a challenge for an SMB to deploy to get the full value out of. Plus, we're adding more value to this subscription plan, and here's some of the examples of the products and the values we've added in the last few months. conditional access, the MFA, self-service password write-back, shared computer activation, which was normally the reason why people tend to move to an E3 or an Office 365 E3, Windows Virtual Desktop, such a prevalent subject at the moment, and the full Azure Active Directory Plan 1. And these here in themselves are 6 fantastic areas the way you can get extra value. So really, just to recap why Microsoft 365 Business Premium brings together the key capabilities you need to enable working from anywhere, collaboration using Microsoft Teams, securing your identity, data and devices, providing remote access and virtual desktops, and it eliminates the need for multiple point solutions and helps reduces operational costs. An integrated offering lowers support help desks and maintains costs while simplifying licensing so you can focus on driving your business.
So, unless you've been following closely over the past few years, you probably aren't aware of the investment Microsoft has been making in security technology, operations, and research. The result of several years of investment is a worldwide threat intelligence network, powered by human security specialists and assisted by AI and machine learning. Additionally, years of investment in enterprise products like Azure AD and Intune have made Microsoft a leader in security, identity, and management. Sometimes we've heard murmurs to the effect of, why should I trust Microsoft to be my security vendor? Or, is Microsoft serious about security? So here's some proof if you're not convinced. As the enterprise software leader with over 90% Fortune 500 companies, security and privacy are core to how they build software. From Windows to Exchange to Xbox Azure, for example, Microsoft blocked 11 billion malicious and suspicious messages in 2019, powered by AI and intelligence across the platform. And Microsoft is an industry-recognized leader in security. Gartner recently released Magic Quadrants for endpoint and enterprise mobility and access management, and Microsoft is a leader in all 5, with top billing on ability to execute. This is a testament of Microsoft's strength and innovation in this space. What about people who question Microsoft Defender Endpoint Protection, formerly known as Windows Defender? How do you handle that? Well, because of Microsoft's AI capabilities and the sheer number of signals that Microsoft analyzes, Microsoft Defender Antivirus is an industry leader in AV. Traditional AV relies on pattern matching systems that uses signatures from known threats. Human experts create these signatures, having mastered the ability to spot malicious activity. However, in today's threat landscape, humans cannot physically scale to classify billions of new and unique signals. Today's environment requires a new approach. With Windows Defender Antivirus and Windows 10, Microsoft has redefined AV by bringing together expert human research, new investments in artificial intelligence, and a cloud infrastructure connected to almost 1 billion Windows devices. Billions of new potential harmful signatures are analyzed and rated by AI, which can then deliver protection to all Windows devices in as fast as a few milliseconds. For example, on February 23rd, 2018, Windows Defender AV stopped a new EMOTT campaign within milliseconds of its onset, blocking the threat at first sight. To increase verdict reliability, Windows Defender AV runs samples in controlled detonation systems that are fast enough to sample and analyze threats and then protect the entire Windows system in a few minutes. On October 24, 2017, using anti-detonation systems, Windows Defender AV successfully identified Bad Rabbit ransomware and inoculated all cloud-protected Windows devices within minutes after the first customer encounter. To enhance its capabilities, the AI behind Windows Defender AV collects, correlates, and learns from a constant stream of signals that form Microsoft's intelligent security graph. This same process is done continuously and effortlessly by Microsoft AI systems, making Windows 10 the most secure Windows to date. And there's more. Microsoft have a number of third-party benchmark testing organizations attest to quality, one of the core needs of any small business in a good antivirus solution. The good news is that Microsoft Defender AV is now ranked as top AV by tests such as AV Test, AV Comparators, SE Labs, and more.
And this is the new capability with the full Azure Active Directory Premium Plan 1 inclusion. In modern businesses with bring your own device environments and working from home setups, IT departments are often not aware of all the cloud applications that their employees use for work. And as a result, administrators often find concerns about unauthorized access to corporate data, possible data leakage, and other security risks inherent in these applications. You can address these concerns by using the Cloud App Discovery, and the Cloud App Discovery is a feature of Microsoft Cloud App Security. And that is also available with Azure Active Directory Premium Plan 1, and it enables you to discover cloud applications that are used by employees in your organization and view reports to analyze your environment. Cloud App Discovery analyzes your traffic logs against a catalog of 16,000 cloud apps. And the apps are ranked and scored based on more than 80 risk factors to provide you with the ongoing visibility into the cloud use, shadow IT, and the risk of shadow IT poses to your organization. And with Cloud App Discovery, you can discover applications in use and measure the number of users, volume of traffic, or the number of web requests for that application. Identify the users that are using an application, export data for additional offline analysis, and prioritize applications to bring under IT control and integrate applications easily to enable single sign-on and user management.
In a distributed work environment, providing the right people the right access becomes critical. With Azure AD, conditional access, you can control where, when, and who connects to Office apps. For example, you could create a policy that blocks access when someone attempts to log in from a country in which you don't do business. Or you could use conditional access to restrict access if a user is logging in from an unrecognized and potentially compromised device. Plus, you combine MFA with conditional access policy, which then require MFA when someone accesses your work data from a location that's not trusted, like a country in which you do not do business in. Additionally, Microsoft recently announced that they're bringing full capabilities of Azure AD Premium Plan 1 to Microsoft 365 Business Premium. And with this, you get the benefit of powerful features like App Proxy that helps employees to remotely access on-prem web apps without the need to open broad access to a company's network. And with Dynamics Groups, you can help reduce the administrative overhead by adding and removing users from security groups. So assigning users to a sales group, you can use dynamic groups to assign users to groups automatically, and then use these groups to grant access to applications.
Another aspect of enabling remote access is enabling remote desktop access. And Windows Virtual Desktop is a comprehensive desktop and app virtualization service running on Azure. It's the only virtual desktop infrastructure that delivers simplified management, multiple session Windows 10, optimization for Office, and supports remote desktop services environments. And with WVD, your employees can access any remote app on any device, while you can maintain the central management and security of your user's desktop. In scenarios where deploying WVD might be an SMB using remote desktop services today, and WVD simplifies the licensing and it costs less. And if you have an app with sensitive information such as financial or medical information, and you want to make sure that that data is securely accessed by users working from home, you can easily enable this scenario by utilizing WVD. And WVD creates a virtual desktop for users to access remotely. And employees can only access that information in the remote virtualized session and won't be able to save any data on their local workstation.
With Microsoft 365 Business Premium, you get the benefit of a number of capabilities from WVD to Azure AD to Intune and Teams in one solution that's designed to work together, so it reduces your licensing complexity as well as the learning curve costs, for example, support and help desks. And with only $7.50 more than Business Standard, you get all these capabilities that I'm showing, something that would easily cost you over $40 were you to go to point solutions. You can also build out a robust set of add-on services using Microsoft 365 Business Premium as a foundation. In a recent Forrester survey, research discovered that the most profitable partners have at least 4 or more managed services across collaboration, threat protection, identity, and endpoint management. And the good news is that Microsoft 365 gives you a great foundation on top of which you can build these services. And as an example, many of our partners use Business Premium as that foundation and add Business Voice as an add-on license. At times, even Cloud App Security or Microsoft Defender Advanced Threat Protection. And on top of that, you can build high-value recurring services for both teamwork and meetings, as well as security, device management, and remote access, earning as much as up to $75 per user per month on top of the $40 base licenses. And finally, with an integrated admin console with step-by-step guided wizards, it's easy to deploy and get started with, so you don't have to only deal with one billing and licensing. What about the customers who think that a business SKU won't provide them with adequate security capabilities? That may have been true in the past, but several security features have recently been added, so that SMBs using Microsoft 365 Business Premium get enterprise-grade protection without the need for an enterprise-sized IT department. And with Microsoft 365 Business Premium, you get enterprise-grade protection without the need for an enterprise IT department, protection against external threats, protection against data leaks, and control who has access to business data. For many years, Office 365 E3 was the subscription of choice for SMB customers who had extra needs in security and compliance. With the arrival of Microsoft 365 Business Premium, there is now a subscription designed for SMBs with less than 300 users that includes security and compliance capabilities of Office 365 E3 plus additional capabilities that you see here. Unless your customer is in one of these three situations, Microsoft 365 Business Premium is a better fit than Office 365 E3. So the first one, your customer needs enterprise cloud voice. Your customer needs on-prem CAL rights for Exchange, SharePoint, or Skype for Business. And then your customer needs features that are only available in Office Desktop Pro Plus version. So Excel BI tools, using Power Map, Power Pivots, Power Queries, or Power View, or using group policies to push configuration settings for Office. Microsoft 365 Business Premium includes security value from many categories, and some customers already have products they use in these categories. Over time, many customers consolidate their security solutions for cost saving and simplicity reasons. However, buying Microsoft 365 Business Premium does not mean customers need to drop other products. They may choose to maintain existing investments while activating features in Microsoft 365 Business Premium to get a more comprehensive protection.
This next concern is about the fact that different SMBs are in different places in their journey to the cloud. Some are born in the cloud or have already fully made that transition to the cloud, and some are 100% on-prem. And others are somewhere operating in the middle in a hybrid environment. And what do you tell customers who have an on-premise asset? Earlier this year, Microsoft announced that the hybrid deployment are supported for Microsoft 365 Business. For customers with no Active Directory, devices should be AD joined, and that's a simple scenario. But for customers with on-prem AD, you have two options. The first option would be for non-domain joined devices. The preferred option is Azure AD joined devices. This configuration is where the Windows 10 device is joined to Azure AD, while Azure AD Connect is enabled. And the benefits of enabling this configurations are enable single sign-on to Azure AD apps and seamlessly access to on-premise resource even when your device is not connected to the corporate network. Accelerate move to the cloud-based infrastructure while reducing on-premise footprint, and provides self-service experience for joining devices from any location, so workers in remote branches, for instance. And the second would be for existing domain joined devices. The preferred option is hybrid Azure AD joined device, a configuration where the Windows 10 device is joined to both the Azure AD and on-premise AD, while the AAD Connect is enabled. And the benefits of enabling these configurations are enabling single sign-on to both on-premise and cloud resources, provides automatic device registration once you have configured device options using Azure AD Connect. And I suppose the guidance around this would be the Azure AD joined device configuration is the preferred path for non-domain joined devices, and hybrid Azure AD joined devices configuration is preferred path for existing domain joined devices. And number 3 would be always consider the Azure AD joined device configuration first. And lastly, consider using both hybrid Azure AD joined device configuration for existing domain devices and Azure AD joined device configuration for new devices or a device refresh.
Okay, the next objection we hear about is a big one. Talk to us about how to handle customers' concerns about security, privacy, and compliance. Let's talk about the Microsoft 365 stance on security. Microsoft 365 and Office 365 meets these needs through its highly secure, cloud-based productivity platform. In fact, security has been built into all levels. These features include physical and data security with access control, encryption, and strong authentication. Microsoft data centers are geographically redundant to help prevent loss, and customer data in the cloud is backed up daily. We follow security best practices such as penetration testing and the defense in-depth approach to protect against cyber threats. We also offer unique customer controls like rights management services, which give customers additional tools to help protect their information. And on top of that, customers get advanced cyber threat protection and the ability to protect company data across PCs, phones, and tablets. Privacy is another part which is important in this discussion. Microsoft 365 has built-in controls for data privacy and security. Customers have multiple layers of protection to safeguard personal data, including privacy settings for Office 365 apps, access control, and encryption options. Okay, so next comes compliance, a relevant topic for businesses like healthcare or financial organizations that are subject to regulation. Microsoft 365 and Office 365 is compliant with key third-party standards such as ISO 27001, the European Union Model Clauses, HIPAA, and FedRAMP. Microsoft has data processing agreements in place that ensure we are in full compliance with the highest industry standards for privacy, security, and handling of customer data in every country that Microsoft's selling. For example, the advances we've made can help customers on their journey toward compliance with the European Union's landmark General Data Protection Regulation, or GDPR for short. We also have built-in features and functionality to deliver additional levels of organizational compliance with data loss prevention, legal hold, and e-discovery.
So let's move on to this next objection. So what do you say to customers who don't want a monthly subscription, or the inverse, don't want to be locked into an annual contract? And this objection comes from old purchasing behaviours where customers pay for software they own for life and don't need to think about it again until it's time to upgrade. And to counter that concern, you could ask about subscriptions and they're already using, such as app plans on their phone, and probe why they feel that paying for software is different. They might be overlooking some key benefits that locally installed software can't provide. And if they don't like the services they receive, they can simply cancel their subscription. Microsoft know this, and it's what keeps it working to provide value. We offer billing options both monthly or annually, and that will give your customers the flexibility and confidence they will need to move forward with their decisions. And the subscription fees doesn't require access to credit. It lands in OPEX rather than CAPEX. And we're confident that once you help your customers use software as a service, there really is no turning back.
With Microsoft 365 Business Premium, we've invested to make it easy to quickly get started with many baseline cybersecurity settings and policies. For example, mobile app management setup included during onboarding, advanced threat protection, data loss prevention, secure Windows 10 computers can be configured with Admin Center setup wizards, understand and monitor with Secure Score and Cloud App Discovery. And we know that setting up things like mobile device management, conditional access still take effort. We have a great ecosystem of CSP partners out there that will gladly help customers of all sizes and need quickly to set up and monitor the Microsoft 365 Business Premium deployments. Next, I want to share with you recent and upcoming investments Microsoft have been making into Business Premium to make sure it has the tools you need and want. First, listening to the feedback from partners such as yourselves, Microsoft have gone from having a partial set of Azure Active Directory E1 capabilities, such as conditional access, to now including the full capability set in Business Premium. This has enabled access to features such as Cloud App Discovery and App Proxy. It also brings Business Premium advanced group access management and capabilities for passwordless authentication. And with technologies such as Windows Hello for Business, Microsoft Authenticator, and FIDO keys. Another product investment was over the last year was to make it simple for partners to deploy Office 365 ATP, mobile app management, and data loss prevention through the setup experience in the Admin Center.
The world has changed a lot since the beginning of the year, and we're dealing with business landscape that is remarkably different from what it looked like a few months ago. Employers are working from home or multiple locations on a plethora of devices, some personal and some are company owned. And there's a growing realisation that maybe remote working is probably here to stay longer than we first anticipated. So let's get it right. And with that, there are three things which are top of mind for our customers. How can we do remote working better and ensure employees stay productive and connected? What do we do to ensure security of their data and devices in distributed work environments? And how can we manage costs in the face of uncertainty? And with this backdrop, it does make it more challenging with the increase in cyber and phishing attacks during COVID-19. And many who do target small and medium businesses like yours. And these security attacks have a real economic consequence for small businesses. A common refrain I sometimes hear is that I'm too small of a business for a hacker to attack me. Only large enterprises need to worry about security. Or, well, would my data be important for hackers? Well, as long as the data is important to you, that's all that matters to the hackers. And here's a story that happened in the US. A small business hire, they hired a new CFO, and she posted about her job on LinkedIn. Within a week, spearfished from an email pretending to be the CEO, asked her to transfer $40,000 to his account. And since the CEO was travelling, she assumed that the email was actually legitimate and sent over the money. And there was many conspiracy stories as such, and if we look at the aggregated industry data, it validates these stories and shows that SMBs are very vulnerable. 50% of small businesses experienced an attack in the last year. But what's worse is that while small and medium businesses face the same threat as enterprise, they don't have quite the same protection, which sometimes has a catastrophic outcome. For example, 61% of small businesses that experience a cyber attack were not able to operate. And the average of the data breach for SMBs in North America was $149,000, which is $115,000 roughly in the UK. And that makes it why it's so much more economic sense for small businesses to invest in security up front to protect their business.
Phone calls continue to be an important part of doing business, from offices to remote sites to call centres. The problem is, many enterprises have many multiple phone systems and platforms to deliver these experiences. This adds unnecessary cost to the business. Microsoft Teams helps you simplify your enterprise voice services with a reliable, high-quality integrated calling solution built on the Microsoft Cloud. With Teams, you have everything you need to make and receive phone calls from anywhere, including your desk phone, mobile phone, or computer. And because it's part of Microsoft 365, you get the modern voice solution that combines unified communications with teamwork capabilities into an all-in-one communication and collaboration solution that users love and IT trusts. And best of all, your business saves time and money with a single provider. Well, first, a PBX is a company's phone system, and it's mostly implemented using hardware on-prem. Cloud PBX is your phone system in the cloud, modern and tightly integrated with Office 365. Users get the voice capabilities they need to make, receive, and manage calls, whether at home, at work, or even on the road, by using phones, PCs, and mobile. And for a truly enterprise voice solution, PSTN calling is required. It's different because in the past, a PBX was typically on-prem, requiring significant hardware investments. Cloud PBX provides great controls for IT to increase agility and consolidate management compared to traditional hardware. So this should be seen as valuable to yourselves because it allows you to simplify management of voice systems and improve agility, whilst reducing reliance on costly PBX systems whilst transitioning to the cloud, allowing you to enjoy easy and rapid access to the latest innovations. Cloud PBX is a set of Skype for Business capabilities delivered from Office 365, that allows customers to extend or replace their existing on-prem IP PBX system. Cloud PBX provides common end-user calling features on IP phones, mobile devices, and rich clients, along with a robust set of capabilities for IT professionals to administer the service. IT administrators will see that it's easy to interoperate with existing telephony assets and plan for a replacement of PBX systems over time. This will help them respond faster to changing business needs. So we talked about some of the key features this morning, and this list helps to show what exists beyond those which we talked about, both through calling and admin capabilities.
There are two main reasons why customers would want to deploy direct routing instead of calling plans. So the first one would be to connect the PSTN trunk. And one reason why customers want to direct route is that the calling plans are not available in their region. And direct routing can provide access in most countries except where Microsoft do not sell Office 365. And another reason is the PSTN trunk is that the customers might have an existing contract with their telco, which they cannot break. And the second one will be the interoperability within the third-party systems, for instance, examples of like PBX or calling centers. The second reason is to provide the interoperability between the existing telephony Untitled and the Microsoft phone system. And this scenario allows customers to migrate to the cloud gradually, move users to a Microsoft call plan where available, leave users requiring specific functionality which Microsoft does not currently support on third-party on-premise voice infrastructure, so PBX or call centers, and configure the interoperability between the systems. There is a case when direct routing can coexist with calling plans, which we'll be reviewing on the next slide. Microsoft partners with selected session border controls or SBC vendors to certify their SBC works with direct routing. And Microsoft work with each vendor to jointly work on their SIP interconnecting protocols, perform intense tests using a third-party lab, and only devices that pass the test are certified. They run daily tests with all certified devices in production and pre-production environments. And validating the devices in pre-production environments guarantees that the new versions of the direct routing code in the cloud will work with certified SBCs.
So when blending Teams and customer care equal in your phone system, you unlock some real core functionality, such as having that auto attendance with business hours, directory search, and dial scopes. Enabling someone who calls in to reach or leave a message for a person in your organization. Supporting also multiple languages for prompts, text-to-speech, and speech recognition. And supporting specified holidays and business hours. You can also transfer calls to an operator, other users, call queues, and auto attendance. A couple of other added benefits to auto attendance and call queues are that you can provide organizational greetings. You can also provide music whilst people are on hold. So your next steps, work to understand your customers' needs. Really map out those needs to the solution that you can provide. Once that deal is won, provide the customer with confidence through deployment planning. There are a multitude of tools which you've got available at your disposal as a Microsoft partner.
And thank you for attending today's webinar on Microsoft 365 Fundamentals Bootcamp. From myself and from Mike, thank you for all the questions. We will be answering these in the next couple of minutes. However, one thing I would like to just point out to you is that we do have another webinar tomorrow, which is enabling voice in Teams. So this is with our solutions architect, Joy Andrews, and you can register for that online on the Content Hub in the Ingram Content Hub. However, if you do want to send your link, then by all means put it in the chat and we can send that to you. And we have run a large series of webinars in the recent weeks. So if it's something that you really are looking at doing and how Ingram can help grow your business, let's reach out to us and we're here to help. Or if you go to the Content Hub, and we've got some really good content, so like Journey to the Cloud or security of Microsoft 365, incentives, all those kind of areas have been covered off. So as I said, please do not hesitate to contact us and we can help you grow your business. So we're going to give it a minute and then we're going to move over to the questions. Thank you. So thank you for attending today. As I said, we will be answering any questions if there's any questions that have come through. If you do want the slides today, if you just put in the questions box that you would like to receive the slides, and then we can get those sent out to you. Okay. And if you do have any questions, then obviously please send them in and we can answer those for you.
So there was one question, Nicola, which I just wanted to highlight, which refers to the beginning of the presentation today, of the webinar. So when we talked about business voice and teams, it was asking how big is the UK or European opportunity. So after a little bit of a conversation with Microsoft during this afternoon's webinar, Microsoft reckon that just in the UK SMB market alone, only 2% of potential markets is actually being captured. So the identification of opportunity is huge. So if you haven't already started your business voice practice, I would seriously consider one.
Perfect. And I suppose one thing I would say today is that if you do want to reach out to us, we can do a partner review from the SureStep standpoint. So in terms of sort of demystifying Microsoft and the Partner Hub, and actually what do you get for your membership with Microsoft and your membership with Ingram in hand with that as well. And we can go through that with you. We can get a partner call, understand where your business is going. And again, if you did want that engagement from us, then again, just pop your name in the Q&A box, and we'll contact you and get in and send that to you. And as for all the ones that are coming through, we will send the slides out to you. Thank you for those. We do have a morning and an afternoon session. So this is the afternoon session. So this one is a little bit lighter than, say, the morning one, which was a bit more chunkier, I suppose. You can pick this up on demand, would be one thing I would say. You can pick this up on that demand piece. So if you have missed the morning session, then it's definitely worth going back through. And I could see that some of you are here this morning and this afternoon. So thank you for spending your day with us. Is there any more questions on there, Mike? Can you see?
Quite a few requesting slides, which, yep, we'll absolutely send those across to you following the webinar. What I would say, in terms of reaching out to either myself or Nicola, we can really assist with that customer identification. There's a little portion within your partner center which is quite hidden, and we can unlock this with you and kind of talk you through it to show you what what that opportunity looks like in terms of that upsell or cross-sell motion into a Microsoft 365 area. Obviously, following on from today, being around the Microsoft 365 Business Premium Sales Bootcamp. So.
And also, if there is any, if you think that your team could benefit from training, that's what me and Mike would do as a day-to-day role. So if there is, you feel that your business or your partnership could do with some upskilling with them, then again, just reach out to us and we can go through and do some training with you guys in terms of like the the top line. And then we have some more technical training, which is coming on. As I said, we do have a lot of webinars and series with the Expert Academy, Flight Academy, and the series of webinars that we are doing around enablement. So if you're not sure, have a look on the Content Hub. There'll be some stuff there. However, if not, honestly, please do not hesitate to contact myself or Mike. Anything else, Mike?
No, just a couple of partners now starting to ask for partner calls with ourselves just to go through a couple of resources and assets. So yeah, absolutely. We'll pull the question set, we'll grab your details following the call, and then we'll reach out to you individually, be either myself or Nicola, and follow on with your account manager as well at England.
Perfect. So if that is it, guys, then we will probably call it a close, because in terms of questions, we don't have anything in terms of questions for us. However, as I said, look, please reach out. We'll definitely arrange a call with you. The questions will probably be pretty much there for the next 5 minutes. We'll leave that questions portal open, and then we'll contact you directly. But thank you for attending the webinar today, especially if you've attended both the morning and the afternoon session. It's been a very pleasure having you.
Thank you all, and goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.